Good morning. Welcome back to Spyro World. I don't remember when we last checked our this last week. Literally every time I open up this menu, I forget how it works again. So we... Okay, I also always want to zoom... I miss that there's no, like, zoom in. I love a zoom in. Anyway. Last week we saved this guy who sucks. But he taught us all about ice breath, which was also a bad time. And it isn't very good. So basically just a big waste of our time. And then we also we saved this guy and we don't know anything about the earth breath that he's going to teach us about yet. So that's our first...
Spyro, come here.
agenda item this week.
The power to harness the soil, the wind, the world itself is now within your grasp. Let's begin.
So this is one of those, I guess, that lumps the air powers in with earth. Which is a little bit funny because I feel like air on its own... I mean, I guess, like, off the top of my head, it would probably just kind of end up kind of like the water breath from Hero's Tale. Mostly just useful for puzzles, but part of that is because some of the ways they've done the, especially the electric breath in here, fulfill some of the same, what's the word? Functionalities. Anyway. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is that this is a pretty decent crouch. Very easily hits several enemies, knocks them over, back, or both.
Always be gracious in victory, Spyro.
Come over here.
What are the cast at some point? I think this dragon is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson? Definitely someone fairly famous like that. I don't remember for sure. Defeat all of the dummies before the time limit expires. I wasn't reading the first part of the dialogue box, but I assume it's like I've got to chase them down. You have some decent... I think I've upgraded it once. You would think I would remember since I've just done that menu. But it does have some pretty decent range, and it looks like it also... So if you get multiple enemies, I'm sure it doesn't do much damage to each of them, but... Hello? Yeah, it's a little bit of a shotgun type of
There
attack.
might be hope for you yet, young dragon.
The closer you get to the...
Over here.
Oh, we're going to the middle now? The closer you get to the enemy... the more damage it seems to do. Oh! Okay, I do think I like this. Hey man, behave.
Looks like Ignitist may have been right about you.
So the Earth
Way, oh,
Bomb
Mauve one.
is a little whirlwind that, on a pretty direct hit, tosses the enemy up in the air, but it also lingers, which is kind of nice. Enemies can like run into it or be on the peripheral of damage for it. I'm gonna throw an Earth Bomb at the fleeing enemies, aerial melee them when they're caught in the whirlwind. Defeat all the dummies before the time limit expires. Come on, man. Nope. So that's the downside, I guess. Did I maybe get all 3 of them? Yeah. Nope. Oh, don't. Oh, yes! Ow!
Battles are won and lost in the mind, Spyro. Again.
So close.
Spyro, come here.
Nope, not even. So the fatal flaw with this attack, or especially with this challenge, if they aren't actually hit by the whirlwind and caught in it, it doesn't knock them up into the air.
Might prove to be a true warrior yet.
Come over here.
So if you're trying to do something like this, you're trying to do the melee attacks on them when they get up there. Hitting them just with the blast isn't going to do the job, especially if it knocks them a little away from the center, which is not, like, you know, the biggest problem ever. And then we get this one. Collect enough purple gems, get my fury up, get my money up. This is, I do actually like, I think this is probably going to be my main damage dealing one when I get up against, like, although it's hard to tell how much damage this will actually do to enemies just based on how well it does against the dummies. But that shotgun type effect is really coming in handy. Oh! They were squashed
Good
flat.
job. Now, the final confrontation awaits.
A nice AoE, definitely going to be good for crowd control. Yeah, for sure. On both aspects, like the bomb, being able to, like, kind of toss enemies up in the air for a longer period of time is going to be nice for if I'm getting a little too crowded, as long as I can actually hit it as well as I want to in that circumstance.
You've done well, Spyro.
Yes, yes, pat on the back, good going, all that other rubbish, but we've got to get moving here.
Oh, Cyril is terribly obnoxious, but in this case he happens to be right, Pterodor. Ignitus is the final piece to Cinder's puzzle. If that last crystal is powered, the portal will open, and we'll all be done for.
I know. When I was on Munitions Forge, I overheard the conductor say that Cinder's final preparations would take place at her lair, where she lives in solitude among the clouds and the towers. I am certain that's where she's taken Ignitus.
We have to go. Come on.
I'd give anything to go with you, young warrior. But that crystal sapped the last of my will. I fear my fighting days are over.
Every generation must pass the torch to the next, Pterodor. Our time is done.
Yes, it is Spyro's time to shine. Now go to it, young dragon.
Yes, sir. Wow, you guys make even me want to face Cinder. Did I say that out loud?
That was the closest this version of Sparks has come to, like, having a real character, well, a real personality, and also being well written.
Cinder's lair is where hope goes to die, Spyro. A dark, foreboding place in which Cinder broods and skulks and plans her next assault. You must make your way to her fortress, where I'm sure Ignitus is being held.
Next time I say that I want to face Cinder, why don't you go ahead and punch me in the mouth?
No problem.
There she is. Me when I'm
Theodore
evil
made it
Shadow.
sound like this place is uninhabited.
Now what fun would that be? Come on, we've got to take them out.
It's like a ring of crystals slopes. Oh, they change color. Doesn't seem to be any use to it, though. There's a monkey laughing somewhere here. Hold on. I can make that. I can make that work. Oh, you literally just go back here. I am a little surprised. Oh, you know what? I did want to... Now that I unlocked the Earth Bomb of the Wandering Whirlwind. Go ahead and level that up once. Earth Bomb of the Whipping Winds. Hey, bud. I just don't think that seems like a helpful Oh! Alright, hey, stop. Buddy. Come on. Being silent. It really, a lot of this game really does feel like they wanted to be making a show or a movie. I feel like every time I try to think about when this game came out, I can't remember the exact time period, but for the GameCube and PlayStation 2 era, I think it was still a little bit before games were quite necessarily as respected as they are these days as a medium through which to make stories and not just ooh, worm. What the? Electric leech. Whoa. What's getting me? ape. Good lord. Oh, I always forget these guys have like... Uh-oh. Ugh. The biggest monkeys always have...
Here we go.
What? I'm not playing with target. These, like, they always have these... So caught up in, like, the fight. Ugh. This thing, this, like... Oh, I've died again. Ooh. The, like, club that lets them do, like, the like, expanding shockwave. And it's so easy to forget they have it until it, like, damages me several times in a row. Okay, hey, man. Oh. Good lord. The slow motion kills me every time. Oh. Oh! Alright. Rocks fall, everyone dies. Everybody stop. Right now. Okay. Weasel Finder. I think I've seen Weasel Finder before, but it's still... one of those nice silly ones. Wow! Alright, enough. Stop it? It is really good for just giving me the meat. Like, I need to... this really is the crowd control champion of the game so far. Can I leave yet? Am I done? No? What if you were nice? Stop! It isn't a game that's made for having good combat. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Warp Warrior. Okay. Good grade. My toy. Okay. Good lord. Are these not anything? Oh, I've been closed in. Defeat all of Cinder's forces. Activate the crystal platforms. Okay, alright. Oh, that's the thing that gets me. It's like... the things that put them in hit stun, like, they can, as soon as they get out. Get out of here. How many of these guys are like that? That's yeah. Ugh.
Nice work, big guy. Now for the next one.
Not like intentionally trying to spin the whole time. Complaining. Especially not when they let me do my favorite part of the game, which is throw guys off the cliff forever.
Almost there.
Check my level up again. Let's look at the Earth Bomb level up again. Hargan's Earth Bomb of Spinning Terror. The Vortex of Doom. Few can escape its whipping winds. I forgot the specific complaint I had that I was going to try to make. But it's kind of just like the fact that the game is so... That can't be good. Not original. Maybe it's fine, actually. Oh, one of them survived somehow? Hey, man. Cliffs are the most dangerous weapon. I guess it does just say a lot on its own that I'm so willing to... Oh, these are starting to disappear. I'm so much more willing to engage with the game by, like, playing it wrong on purpose than to, like... I mean, not, like, you know, dramatically wrong, but... Like, the fact that it wants me to do combat so much, and that combat is just not that fun or interesting. It is always fun to find ways to break a game. Like, That would be true. I would probably take advantage of this at least some of the time anyway, but... And it isn't as if the combat's, like, horrible. It does get the job done. It can be fun when you, like, get the combos off. It's just, like... how much of it makes you do. Wow! While not being very satisfying or consistent.
Done and done.
Oh, I'm back up here now, I guess. Oh! Some, like, small things, like enemies being able to, like, they get out of their, like, animation from being knocked down or stunned and they have an attack to immediately break out of it. That also breaks you out of your animations that you can't, like, cancel out of. It's small things. Like, again, it's not awful. It is, by and large, like, a pretty okay game. But it's okay. Maybe they improve on the formula as the series goes on. Oh. Forgot ice isn't good, even upgraded. It gives it the feeling of, like, they knew that letting you just freeze enemies and then smash them to pieces basically whenever you want would be too strong. But then they overcorrected. And so it's like, you can freeze small enemies quickly. But only into snowballs. Oh, these guys just have names. Serbia and Akali. Weird. And then, yeah, big enemies you just can't consistently freeze. It does kind of slow them down, but not really enough to be helpful. What do you mean about ice being super nerfed? Yeah, like, especially when you can freeze an enemy, it just doesn't do that much damage. And, like, ice is... I mean, it's more upgraded than my Earth Breath, which is, like, really good. What is it, like? Rare Overwatch W. Although it's far from the only game that does this. Well, like, ice having a like consistent slowdown effect that also lingers for a little while, I think would be a good way to give it like a standout ability, because it does slow enemies down a little bit, just not enough for long enough. Whoa. Donicus Violence. What's over here? I don't think it's in the next game. I don't know, I'll have to see what happens at the end of this, because I know that, like... I mean, no spoilers for anyone who hasn't paid enough attention to Spyro before I started streaming them to know anything about this trilogy. But, by the third one, if not the one after this, they did make Cinder playable, and she gets different breath attacks, and I don't remember any of them except Poison, which is pretty intriguing. Whoops. I do have a poison breath on the dragon. It does feel good to use flame again once in a while. Whoa.
Can't talk. Heart breaking out.
Come on. Ignitus is waiting.
Silly. That was like the most delivery David Spade has given all game. This guy. Can you stop? Can you stop? Missed an actual Spade delivery. I mean, not like really. They did a, you know, the classic bit where like the character gets like hurt or knocked over or something and does a super overdramatic like, not super overdramatic because I guess that's a different thing. They give a, like, pained, dying performance when they're barely injured. And not dying, crucially. Instantly saying they'll pay for this in the marketplace. So you mentioned the Door of Darkness?
Spark! Look, the gate's losing power!
He's called a Lizard Twister because he was straight up in that Lizard Twister, inescapably. Twisting his lizard. Fury of Angtor's Raging Storm. Oh, so I am benefited uniquely for upgrading everything all the way. I gotta see this. Are there more enemies I can get in my area of effect? You. Okay. I don't really know if that was any different. Nothing else around here. This guy again. Oh! Oh. Get down. Well, I'm sure it'll kill this. Yup. Yeah, this is this is not really any darker than. You okay, bud? He's in timeout. This is not really any darker than Legend of, than A Hero's Tale. Yep. What the hell? Put another guy out there. Yeah, any chance it has that, like, being a more serious game is, like, eradicated by having a quippy sidekick that is crucially, one, extraordinarily silly, and two, not funny. Boink. Scout Team Fortress. Oh shit. the bat. I didn't even die. Spark has MCU energy. That's fucked up, and you can't say that, but it is true. Oh my god. Enough. Enough.
Her architect must have been a beauty.
100 spins. Like it really just does keep feeling to me like a one of those like solid C tier like kids movies or like animated family movies from like the mid anywhere from like 2007 to 2015, more or less. I mean, even within that window. Quest for Camelot or Strange Magic. I can't really think of the others right now, but can I fall off? Or just no? Can you get away from me? Oh, I can't, but that means that like when they do, their crystals just summon to me. I saw in theaters because Grandma wanted to take it to see a movie. Huh. Oh, it's these things. Well. Nope. Okay, aerial combat is like the way to go with these. Ugh. Hey man. So the gyms are reduced to kind of nothing beyond bar resellers. Yeah. Oh, this is so, like... This is a great example of what I was talking about. Like, these enemies aren't threatening enough to really be, like, annoying to fight. But the fact that I have to fight them, like, there's not even a ledge I can choose them off of. It's just like, yep, okay. Time for some just tedious gameplay, just for the sake of tedious gameplay. be a puzzle. I don't know, like... Well, the last time I saw some of those 4 things, it was just you have to defeat all the enemies that respawn. Yep. So it is again. See, you would think, because older Spyro games had puzzles, that this one would have puzzles. You would even think that since, like, a couple of levels in this game had puzzles, that it would have a lot more puzzles. They do look like they should not be knocked into a hoop, and they are called conduits. So it does feel like it should be more meaningful than it is, but... Nope. Let me start putting points into this. It has become the thing I'm using the most.
Still don't like it.
Still doesn't matter. Ignitus needs us.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it would be easier if she was smaller. A lot smaller.
I also don't like that there's occasionally just little quips without the, like... They're not given the air to breathe as dialogue. Because they're too mid-game, and if there's, like, gameplay concurrently, then they just... It's not loud enough to not be drowned out. And also there's not subtitles for them, when there are subtitles in the cutscenes. What does really did look like an orb of electricity would hover between them and charge. Yeah. Hurricos, yeah. What a good world. No sounds in this part of the level. Wood arrow or round arrow? Poison tooth. Knocks on it. Get out. Kidnap all my archers. I do hope, like, as much as I'll miss it if they remove it, I hope, like, I hope, like, the ease at which you can just throw guys off of cliffs was, like, noticed, and things were revamped to be more, like, properly engaging. That's the thing with it. Leave the platform and then instantly slow down. Their health drains as they drift downwards. Well... Oh, wrong button. Oh, goodbye. It is like... The game's got the, like, when an enemy loses a bunch of health at once. When they lose any health, but it's most noticeable when it's a bunch. It does the, like... It instantly drops, but it's got the second meter that, like, slowly drops for whatever reason. I haven't yet figured out if there's... I mean, I don't think there's any reason for it. I just think it's kind of cool. But, it still is weird because it, like... Yeah, it isn't when they reach, like, a kill plane or when they hit the ground. It's when it detects that they've entered a falling state. Like, in almost any scenario. Because occasionally when they just land on, like... When there's, like, a ledge that's slightly sloped, like in the grass level. The plains or whatever it was. They would sometimes land on one of the ledges like that, and as they slightly slipped off of the slope, they would die instantly, before they even actually fell. Enough to, like, hit a kill plane or take fall damage or anything like that. Also, there hasn't been any real Cinder interaction. She's flown over or past us a couple times as we've been exploring this level. Sorry. What is supposed to be happening here other than just its funny Matrix reference? Sailor Hunter. Okay, yay. Hey. And stop that. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I guess I finished that. There's no separate sound effect to indicate when you've filled one of those things up. Specifically, from what you've seen here, it could use some difficulty. It's in a weird place because, like, yeah, most of the enemies are not necessarily hard to... Okay. Oh, I see, there's spotlights. This is really funny. So like, yeah, for the most part, yeah, the enemies aren't difficult, but like, and especially when you get into certain scenarios, you can just like mindlessly throw all the enemies off a cliff and not have to engage with the combat. But even in those, like, if there's enough enemies, it is easy to just get overwhelmed because you can't attack them all at once. For the most part. Some of the breaths let you get away with it, but... And in which case, yeah, it does swing back in the other direction. Like, yeah, if I just lightning breath a crowd of enemies and throw them back and forth forever, it's not hard or engaging. If I try to focus on melee combat with most enemies, they can just, like, wall me. Like, these big monkey bosses can enter a state in which they just, like, will deflect my melee attacks and some of my breath attacks, even. Like, by and large, it's like, yeah, the game is not hard except for when it is very needlessly hard. What is going on? What was that? And then, of course, like, if you are surrounded by enemies, but you have your super move charged up, it does kind of just wipe them out like that. And I guess that's, like, that is the thing, though, like, whether it's actually being difficult or not, it is usually pretty mind-blowing. There's some ways in which it would be nice if it was more difficult, but more than anything, it would just be nice if it was more engaging. These Eye of Sauron towers are so funny. Both because they are kind of just inexplicable Eyes of Sauron, but also because they can so easily one-shot enemies that... just don't have the... It's another aspect of... ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Is this guy good? Like, I ultimately think no matter what, it'll be fun to see what's going on in the next one. Whatever they've got going on in Cinder will hopefully be more engaging than kind of just she's here and occasionally flies around looking threatening, but not actually doing anything. We done? Yeah, gates open. Level me up some more. Oh. What a great illustration of what I mean. It's like the big monkeys can sometimes tank through like even my strongest attacks and just like, oh shit. Can't be that stuff, he's really slow. Electric King. Oh. Use my power. That's great. What a waste. Bosses in this game love getting melted entirely by my fire breath. Hey, can you stop? What? Hey, don't do that. Nope, nowhere near what I thought I had. Oh well. This guy looks surprisingly important for an ape, maybe, or not. It's hard to tell. Or is he gonna power himself up with those? What if you got out of the circle? I don't know what the actual purpose of those was, but... Break all the crystal shards to allow the elevator to proceed. Okay. Ugh, what a... That was Rari Ravenkiller. Whoa. I thought those were gonna do damage, but they didn't. Okay. Goober. Goober Chaos Wing. Oh, I'm out of breath. Blood dive. It is weird that they're like, I guess, unbreakable during the fight portion. Especially in that case, they weren't still electrified. What? Get out. Oh, I threw him straight across the gap. I think he still slid far enough to die? Or... fell far enough to die? Question mark? What if I... Oh, the elevator comes back down. Isn't that nice? It really is just like... I like the collectathon elements. You get an experience like this without them. It's just like a little too linear. A little too like just going through the motions. And obviously not in the sense that like any game that isn't a collectathon feels that way, but in the sense of like this has enough of the Spyro like spirit and formula for that to be like a way that it becomes like a way that it now feels. Like Spyro without an integral part of Spyro. Like even just a Hero's Tale, as much as I do like it a lot, like without really having a reason to like scour into all the little corners for like gems and stuff, just feels different. Which, when I do say it that way, it does kind of help me realize, well, I guess not everyone really does like that, like having to scour. Oh, I see, there's like a red laser. Like the same type of barrier that, blocks the path a few times? Why did that one break? Hard to tell, but it looks like it might go up a decent amount this time, so maybe I'll actually have to contend with dudes. Or maybe not. Well, cutscene.
Spyro. Spyro.
What?
I don't like this. It feels like she's baiting us. I'm getting smarter.
Spyro, destroy the crystal! Quickly!
Let's get him out of here before Cinder gets back.
If only it were that easy, little one.
So big.
Time you learned how complicated life can be.
Hi, Creek Summer.
Run! Spyro! Save yourself!
Not this time. This time I fight.
Bring it.
Okay, yay. Wow! Okay, alright. She's just smacking me around like a ball. Ah! I don't think that's doing it. I think... Ow! I gotta get through a health bar before I die. Oh, I'm too low on breath. Ah, yes.
It's so sad it must end this way. Now, where was I?
Does she ever use doors?
There was something in her eyes, Ignitus. Something familiar.
There should be, Spyro. You and Cinder share more than you know. It's time I told you the truth. All of it.
Oh!
You see, after I took your egg to the Silver River, I returned to the grotto to find utter chaos. The other Guardians had been overrun, and all the other eggs had been smashed by the Dark Master's forces. All except one. You see, the Dark Master was torn. He wanted to destroy all the eggs to prevent the birth of the Purple Dragon. But he also needed a dragon.
Why would he need a dragon?
Us, Spyro. Only one born in the year of the dragon could open the portal that served as the Dark Master's prison.
Cinder?
I'm afraid so.
But if we come from the same place, why is she so...
Evil? Monstrous? Big? Sexy? Oops, did I say that?
Because, Spyro,
Why
after
did he
the
say
night
that?
of the raid, she was corrupted by the Dark Master's poisonous powers, twisted by his evil law. She's become the Dark Master's monster.
But why? What does this Dark Master want?
He wants to be freed from the portal of convexity, to wreak havoc across the realms. And if Cinder gets there, he just might succeed.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid we might be too late.
No, I refuse to give up. I'm going to stop Cinder and the Dark Master.
Ooh, wait, you heard the dragon, Spyro. He said, too late. We'll get him next time. Come on, champ. You did a great job, and let's take 5.
No, I'm ready. Now!
Okay, Spyro, you're right. At the very least, you have to try. If the Dark Master escapes, a shadow will fall over the land. And who knows what will happen then.
She heard his game theories and was driven to madness.
May the ancestors look after you. May they look after us all.
Well...
Convexity acts as an airlock between our world and the dark realms beyond. You must stop Cinder before she inserts the final crystal
Jellyfish.
and activates the portal, freeing the Dark Master.
Good lord.
Oh, I've seen everything.
Yeah, if we don't hurry, I have a feeling you're gonna see a whole lot more. Come on.
Okay. Eel. Can I fight that? Or is that just hanging out? Well, I guess I don't care. Like, this is kind of like... This place kind of rules, yeah. feel like I'm in the last arc of Xenoblade here. Can I jump on that thing? Or is that... Oh, okay. Sure. Interesting to have her boss bar there the whole time. Yeah, she's flying around. God, these things are like... Something just said Spyro. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're kind of awesome, whatever they are. Kind of getting further, but I think I like... the fact that this is like the only obvious and doable path is like, it's probably what I need to be doing. If this was the first area they envisioned, then I want to know what went wrong with the rest of the areas. Straight up to Lethia's. Do I glide over there? I don't think I can make it to the middle platform from here, but I don't know what else to try. Came from around there somewhere. Platforms drifting like you were supposed to keep trying. No, I think those were just like chunks of stone blowing past. Like, it happened once or twice earlier in this level. Like, just a little piece to like illustrate the ethereality of this world. Getting there, getting close. Oh, her lantern.
My master returns.
We're too late.
Persistent little fellow, aren't you? This is where it really ends.
Bring it.
No mercy this time.
I can't watch this.
Oh, hey. Oh! Gotta run, thanks for shooting. Well, thanks for hanging out. Oh. Good heavens. think any of my tricks are gonna work on her. Whoa! Ugh. Alright. 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 Uh-oh. Stay back. Finally an excellent use for Ice Breath. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Hold on, can I finish leveling this up? Ugh, no. Well, I like that she's scary. I don't know what this move is. Is she gonna land or is she just gonna do this? Oh, okay. Huh. Rocks fall. So it turns out this is useless on single enemies.
Let's keep trying.
I think she should stay this size. Even when she becomes playable, she should stay this size. Oh! Stop it! Flying again? I got her to half, she's flying again. He's kind of awesome. This is where all the budget for the game went, other than hiring David Spade to give us nothing. Stay back. Whoa, what? What the fuck is this? First of all, this is like... Yeah, I seem completely unable to dodge her massive explosive attacks, but they also are doing nothing to me.
It's time to unleash the true dragon within you.
What does that mean? Also, good morning. Am I putting her in a black hole? Sorry, can I, like... There's no way to see what this breath type is called. Oh, it's Dragon Spear. I should have known. Why does it look like Spyro's head that kind of ruins the epicness? There's just no way to know. Oh. Oh, okay.
She is just like me.
Spyro comes out as a trans
Get out
woman.
of here now.
I can't leave her behind. I've got to save her.
What? Save the beast that's been trying to kill us?
Yeah, that wasn't her fault. She was being used by the Dark Master.
Okay.
Now we can go.
I'm right behind you, buddy. Mommy, fluff my pillow.
Come on.
Feeling better, Spyro?
Not really, Ignitus. That battle drained every last bit of my strength. I can hardly lift my head.
Veggie Tales.
Yes, it will take some time for your powers to return.
I guess Cinder's just chilling.
But they will in time, young dragon. They will in time. Cinder, ever since I failed the night of the raid, I've dreamt of this day.
It wasn't just you, Ignitus. We all failed.
Be that as it may, we're together again now. Thanks to Spyro. Well done, young dragon.
Thanks, Ignitus. But we still don't know what's happened to the Dark Master.
No matter, Spyro. There will be time to talk of the Dark Master later. Now, it's time to be grateful for your success.
His success? Hey, what about me? Just because a bunch of weird stuff doesn't fly out of my mouth doesn't mean I didn't help you now.
Yeah, you were a big help, Sparks. No doubt about it. But just for the record, a lot of weird stuff does come out of that little mouth of yours.
And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You know, I don't need this. I could have stayed with the llama people, whatever, where I was appreciated, but no. No, I decided to help the poor, helpless dragons rid the world of evil. What a mistake that was, because I get no thanks. No respect, no love, no credit.
My goodness.
David Spade actually
And I
delivered that
felt
unprompted. That was off
volunteers
script, and
felt
that's why
a
they
lot.
didn't rehire
I
him
left
for the
home
next
too,
game.
you know. I'm a little guy, yeah, that's right. Maybe you haven't noticed. Things are a lot bigger to me than they are to you. And
How did
did I
that-
back away? Nah. Why? Because I got moxie. I'm a tough cookie. I got class. I got a little frog in my throat. As I was saying, on tall plains, they knew a good thing when they saw it. They recognized the value of a quality dragonfly like me. But here I get nothing. Not even a thanks. Hey, how you doing? Good, let me buy you a drink.
Wasn't because of David Spade
should go
that did
back
I
to the
laugh at
swamp.
I'm a little guy. Yeah.
Mom will make it all good. Mommy always does.
There was I don't remember what it was, but there was a funny line, like, at the start of stream from him. Oh, what, huh? It popped up a single page of credits that faded away before it even finished coming in. World's quietest credit theme in any game ever. Voice talent. Corey Burton. Yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson. Oh, Phil Lamar was in there too. Well, that was okay. Didn't have a single voice line. Yeah, you... So... is you came in right, like, at the last stage of the boss battle, but she did, like... She had a pre-boss battle before the last level, and before that, and after that encounter she spoke, and then before the actual final boss she talked. Creek Summer is one of those, like... She's kind of in the Tom Kenny range of, like... She almost always sounds a little bit the same, but I like her performances enough to not really care. And especially the, like, having a kind of distinct, like, quality. Scratchy, low-register trauma girl voice. Real. I do think the worst part... Oh, stay hydrated. Adds to Cinder being the scaly awakening for every teen girl. Yeah, that was a pretty fun game. And it's only the first of a trilogy, so we'll see, like, how the rest of them treat us. Thank you for the sit up and stretch. Oh, well, you might be a bit late. Don't worry about it. You're here for the dirt. Well, there's a special sale. Generally, it was like generally fun, even if it was like a little tedious sometimes. I don't think... Obviously, he was really, really annoying. I don't think I would mind what they did with Sparks as bad if he wasn't also meaningless in gameplay. He occasionally, like, serves as a, like, Navi-style pointer, but almost never at a point when it's really important. And Sparks, in the previous games, being, like, an in-game creature or character who also serves as part of the UI by, like, being the, like, health meter is really fun. It's really, really clever. He's, like, right front and center and glows. Yeah, even doing something useful like grabbing gems, like... So he's justified acting like he's doing so... Because that's the thing, also. He got really upset at the beginning of the game that Spyro was leaving without him. But then the whole time he just complained that he was there. And it is, like... Obviously the reason out of universe is that they wanted a funny, quippy... Quote-unquote funny. They wanted a quippy sidekick. Because they, like... For whatever reason, you know, like, maybe it was like... Oh! Many thanks to our partners, spouses, and families who put up with us being away while we were working on this project. How long did this take? They were locked in Sierra Studios for 5 years making this game. It's like if Samwise never did any emotional support or carried Frodo, yeah. And he doesn't even complain this much, and he's justified when he does. Like, complains that Gollum is always fucking around. Well, maybe,
See anything, Spyro?
No. But I've got a bad feeling.
Me too.
she became Rugrats. She, like, what gets me is, like, her snout is narrower and her eyes are, like, a little different, like, in a way that I feel like is meant to make her look more feminine, but it kind of just makes her look more freakish. Which is not, I guess not the worst thing ever. I think, like, they should let women be freakish more. Let's look at Elijah Wood interview. Got a whole hour of stream left.
I think what's really
this.
great about this game, and what I'm excited about in regards to this game, is that it's sort of telling the story of Spyro from the beginning. He's actually a small purple dragon that is raised by dragonflies. He doesn't realize he's a dragon. And within the story, as the story progresses, he learns of his true self, where he comes from. You know, that there are these elders, these kind of guardian giant dragons, and that he's one of this ilk. And throughout the game, he starts to learn more about what he's capable of as well. The significance of being a purple dragon is something special, the powers that come along with that. And what's really cool as a player, I think, is that you get to learn these different attributes throughout and use them in different ways, such as breathing fire, which is kind of typical to dragons, or breathing ice or electricity. And these things just kind of come throughout the game. And it's a really, really interesting story-based game that I think is quite immersive, which is cool. If I could leave with one of Spyro's powers, what could it be? It's tough. They're all pretty good. But the old standby, the ability to fly, you know, that's a big deal. Breathing fire, okay. That could be, I mean, I could really run into some trouble with that. You know, can you lessen the amount of fire that you're breathing? What if you only intend to, like, I don't know, light a candle, for instance, but then you light up your couch? You know, that could be really problematic. Electricity could be good because you could probably infuse something with power, but then how do you know, like, how much power to infuse it with? Like, how many amps it takes? I mean, if you go overboard and then you burn out all of your electricity.
This guy's kind of a nerd.
That'd be bad. Ice could be good, but then I could see that being extremely dangerous as well. I mean, all of these things I think you'd have to learn how to regulate, because you could freeze yourself, you could, I don't know, I think there's a lot of, flying's the safest. I'll go with flying. He's a character that sort of starts out entering into a world that he's unfamiliar with.
This was a 2006 game.
Something that is kind of quite massive. It's not dissimilar from a journey that I'd taken before, as someone who is embarking on something that is sort of bigger than they could conceive of, or bigger than them. I came in to do the session today, and I was told that I didn't know who the rest of the cast were, and I came in and I was told that Gary Oldman did the voice of Ignitus, which blows my mind. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors of all time. A true chameleon, someone that you can't really peg, has done every kind of voice, character imaginable.
I mean that my time for heroics is past, but with your help, we might be able to beat Cinder.
Yeah, it's weird, because, like...
I can't, Ignitus. I just learned what I am.
You can, Spyro. You can.
Corey Burton and Kevin Michael Richardson.
Purple dragon, a very special creature.
I feel like they do voice acting a lot.
To be associated with him, because I'm such a huge fan, and David Spade as Sparks as well. I've met David a couple of times, and he's a really sweet guy and really, really funny. And for this kind of character, it's so important to have someone that's sort of biting and sarcastic and funny. Sparks is definitely all those things, and David Spade's perfect for that.
How much did they pay him to say
Spyro,
that?
can you hear me? You okay, buddy? Hey, listen, forget about those cracks I made about your fatness and your being purple and stupid and fat.
You remember that line that sucked?
I'm very
Listen to
much,
it
as a
again.
gamer, I'm very much attracted to a game that includes a great story that I can sink my teeth into, that will allow me to kind of continue to focus on the progress of the game and lead to other games. You know, my favorite games are story-based games. And if the story's good and the actual gameplay is fun, then yeah, that's all you need, really.
Okay. That's pretty fun. As a gamer. What can I... What if I load up a game? Does it start me over again? Did also see Chicory, you asked if I'd play Skylanders. I'm not.
What emerged from the egg frightened them at first, but finally...
Okay, yeah, just drops me back at the beginning.
And astonished them.
8, 9.
I can't skip this also.
Here I come.
I'm
was a purple dragon.
not necessarily
They
planning on playing
eventually adopted
Skylanders,
and
but I
raised
might
as
look
one of
into
their
it.
own.
I don't know how
He named
required
him
the
Spyro, and he grew up alongside Sparks, the
peripherals
young
are.
dragonfly who was born the same day.
Although I'm sure
In fact,
there's
the two were almost
ways
like
around that.
brothers, and a more oddly matched yet compatible pair of brothers the world has never seen.
Never catch me this time, purple boy.
As for Spyro, he, like all of us, accepted the world into which he was born, believing he was one of them. A big purple one of them, true, but one of them, nonetheless.
Okay, yeah, this is putting me back in tutorials and everything. Okay, well. Take me back to main menu. There's nothing else particularly interesting to look at, unfortunately. Oh! That's yucky. Well, anyway. I guess there's nothing else to really bother looking at. That did run about how long I thought it would. So we're just gonna end stream early today. Because I didn't get the second one up yet. We do have Eglia, we don't need anything else. Yeah, I've talked about it a couple times. Like, I'm mostly concerned with getting the Legends trilogy done, because all the other ones I haven't played yet are. Other than Skylanders, which is a unique kind of beast, all the others are like the various handheld ones. Which I might still pull up, you know? I gotta look at, for the what I can tell, they do seem like they mostly fit the formula in most of the ways that I like. Just with a little bit of a different, like, gameplay style especially, and a few aspects that make them a bit more handheldable. But we'll see. Like, we've still got the other two of this trilogy to crunch and munch on. I want to play the handheld version of the second Legends at some point, because it's like a Metroidvania. Oh. I'll at least look into, like... At least look into it. And yeah, I never really, like, had as much interest in Skylanders conceptually. But I don't actually know that much about it, so it could be fun to look into. We'll see. But for now, Friday we're doing more Little Goody Two Shoes. Loving that game so far. If you haven't seen any of that, I would super suggest... I mean, maybe even going over to... I guess I don't have it on YouTube yet. I should upload that after I stop stream. The first VOD of that. see what you feel about that, because some folks, I mean, Iris, delighted by it. I was delighted by it. Like the friends that I know have like experienced it before me are delighted by it. So I would definitely say, like, check out the VOD, see what you think, and consider picking it up yourself. But if you don't, then definitely, like, I would love to see you on Friday as we keep playing that, digging deeper into it. And then next Monday, more of this, not this game, but we start up the next one. Nothing else to discuss. So thank you all for being here. And I hope that you all have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.